He said, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yoshai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yoshai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yoshai. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders who rule by that great millstone, and a blessed salutation to the Akims in the four corners earth to preach the gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom. A covenant lesson to edify the church of Yahushai, the 144,000 and the 1/3 men, women, and children, confusion of faces, Israelites are scattered among these heathen nations. Right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian. Right, I was going through, checking up on the news outlet, amongst up into this article, it said the UN Human Rights Chief decry U.S. choking of Venezuela as Trump mule imposed tougher sanction. Right? It said the U.S. economy pressure only contribute to Venezuela war and will likely further affect the people. It's a basic right. The UN Human Rights Chief Michelle Bachelet has warned as the U.S. threatened even tougher sanction. Alright, don't make me do this video too, because the hypocrisy of the self-proclaimed so-called white man. You understand? Right? It's the hypocrisy. So all this with UN trying showing that they're speaking against what America doing. All them in it. You understand? Because these self-proclaimed white people is our enemy, and the so-called Venezuela, they are Israelite, and they are the tribe of Asher, and they dwelling miles away from these devils. How they could be a threat to you devils? You understand? How they could be a threat? You just go around the place creating your enemies. You understand? So so you devils can look good in your wickedness. You understand? Well, we understand why this happening to you so-called Venezuelan, because you so-called Venezuelan right, and the so-called white man, right, or the self-proclaimed so-called white man, he is the sword of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You understand? So you so-called Venezuela need to repent and turn back to your power. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, he gonna deliver you, right? He gonna deliver you from the hands of this devil, right? But you so-called white people are a bunch of hypocrites. You understand? It's just showing the hypocrisy of these devils. So they claiming that Nicolas Maduro is a dictator, but is the U.S. sanctions and the embargo on Venezuela have the people in the crisis. You understand? You frozen their accounts. You hold back the gold. You refuse to give them the gold. You understand? All these sanctions you putting on them causing this crisis in Venezuela. And these just people that didn't do you nothing. The scripture says he put his forth his hands against them that be at peace with him. That's roughly paraphrasing. Right? He said the UN High Commissioner of Human Rights has stepped up her criticism of the U.S. policy against the crisis ridden Venezuela, saying that the Washington approach only make the situation there worse. She said that Washington approach only make the situation there worse. So it's you so-called white people, is who oppressing the tribe of Asher. You understand? Right? It said Bachelet in particular expressed her concern over the sanction targeting Venezuela oil trade, because they tell India they need to stop buy oil from Venezuela. You understand? You telling a sovereignty country that they need to stop buy oil. These devils, this is when the most I call the self-proclaimed so-called white man, oh down most proud. Right? You understand? Because you the one claim that you're white. In the year 1681, you claim that you're white, but no, you are Edomite. You are a red Hebrew Edomite, and you are the devil that the Bible speak of. Right? You understand? He said as these may contribute to the aggravating the economic crisis and have and have the repercussion of on people basic right and well-being. Right? So you aggravating the people out of cause. Right? It's he said it is not the first time the UN Human Rights Chief has scolded Washington over its pressure against a Latin American country which suffer from hyperinflation and other economic problems. Right? He said on March the 6th, he said Bachelet said that the sanction has fueled the crisis which had reached an alarming state. Right? Let me get a quick precept. Right? Let me get a quick precept because this devil, you can't hide yourself again, and you devils can't help yourself because you love to covet. Right? You love to covet, and all your riches that you get it by what? By injuries and deceit. Alright? Hey, and we know what the scripture say about that. The kingdom gonna be translated. You understand? Kingdom gonna be translated. You devils finished. You understand? You devils finished. This is Micah. Right? Let me just get this precept. Right. Yeah, read this article, Lord, just upset me. I know I said, you know what? Let me just do a quick video. You understand? Because it shows the hypocrisy of the so-called white man. That's why the Most High says words are smoother than butter, but war is in his heart. You understand? Yeah, this is Malachi chapter 2, verse 1. Right? He said, woe to them that devise iniquity. Most I said, woe to them that devise iniquity. And you so-called white people, you are the man, you are the man of sin. Right? And the scripture said the mystery of iniquity. This is just you so-called white people. Right? You understand? It said, woe unto them that devise iniquity and worketh evil upon their beds. So you're working evil upon your bed. So you're taught upon how to overthrow people and steal their resources. You create these terrorists out of thin air. You create your own terrorists, and you go into people's country to overthrow their government, to set up your puppet government so you can steal their resources. Right? So the Most High said, woe, right, which is Micah 2 and 1. He said, woe to them that devise iniquity and worketh evil upon their beds, and when morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hands. So you practice this unrighteous decree, right? Your unrighteous decree, you put it into you put it into black and white, and also you get riches by injuries and deceit. You understand? So you devils gonna have to pay for all these things, right? It's verse 2, and they covet field, me you covet field. The Most High said, thou shalt not covet. You understand? He said, and they covet field and take them by violence, and you take it by violence, right? You take it by violence, right? And how we take it by violence? They use the military, right? They use the military. That's how they take things by violence, because they know they have a military that powerful. You understand? That was the blessing. The sword was given unto Esau as a blessing. So they use the military, you understand, and take people resources by violence. You see what they're doing in Libya. We see what they're doing in Afghanistan. We see what they're doing in Iraq. We see what they're doing in Syria, right? Somalia, right? And the list go on. Now they head into Venezuela. Right? Micah chapter 2 verse 2. He said, and they covet field and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. So they're oppressing Nicholas Batura. They say that he's a dictator, but use the one who put sanction on him. Right? He said in Washington University, however, all its sanctions are only helping Venezuela. So here these devils saying in Washington University, however, all its sanctions are only helping Venezuela. So how you sanction helping Venezuela when you put them in a crisis? You frozen their account, right? You refuse to give them the gold. You put sanction on the goods. You put an embargo on them. You urging country not to do business with them. So how you helping Venezuela? This is the hypocrisy of this devil. That's why the Most High says words are smoother than oil, right? The Salak's words is smoother than butter, right? He said, a motherfucker can get a precept too. He said, in Washington University, however, all its actions are only helping Venezuela, even though President Donald Trump recently admitted that something terrible is going on down there, assuming that it was only because the U.S. was not tough enough, right? You understand? He said the U.S. could impose a lot tougher sanction on Caracas too to put an end to the crisis, Trump said during a joint press conference with the Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro, while once again noting that all options are open. He also added, unironically, that Washington was not looking for anything other than taking care of a lot of people. So how you taking care of the people, yet still you putting sanction on them, you frozen the accounts, right? You urging country like India and these other countries not to do business with Venezuela. You understand? And you put embargo on this on them. You understand? You send an EMP attack on Venezuela. You give them blackout. You're talking about there is no air condition down there. There is no light. There is no this. You devils do these things and then claim it's trying to help the people. This is the hypocrisy of the so-called white man. That's why I read back again Micah chapter 2 verse 2. And they covet field and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. So they oppressing the Nicholas Matura, you understand, and his people, right? That's what these devils do it, right? You understand? Let me get next precept here. Because this is what the Most I say, his word is smoother than butter, but war is in his heart, right? You understand? Right? So you claiming that you want to help the people, but it's in vain. You understand? It's in vain. It's a Caracas slam Washington policy and rhetoric with Venezuelan representatives to the UN official in Geneva. It's a Valero Borracino blaming the baseless international media campaign for totally distorting the reality there. Yeah, me spreading false propaganda as normal. The media, the US media, false propaganda. You understand? It said Valero said, adding that the real situation on the ground has been distorted by the baseless international media campaign. Yeah, spreading false rumors as always. Right? He said the U.S. has been tightening the nose on Caracas in an effort to depose President Nicolas Maduro in favor of right-wing opposition leader Juan Guaido. Right? And this is the evil. The imagine this evil, the device this evil on the bed to spread propaganda to say that Nicolas Maduro is a dictator, to get him out of of power, so they could put in their puppet. There's the evil device on the bed, so they could put in their puppet, and that their puppet could give away the people resources. So this is the evil device on the bed. That's why the Most I say, woe unto them that devise iniquity. So destruction for you self-proclaimed white people, you Edomite, you red Hebrew Edomite. Right? This is the device. This is one of the device right here. He said the U.S. has been tightening the nose on Caracas in an effort to depose President Nicolas Maduro in favor of right-wing opposition leader Juan Guaido, showing full support behind Venezuela's self-proclaimed interim president. Trump also repeatedly noted that he is not prepared for rule out the possibility of the U.S. military intervention. So this is the evil that the device iniquity upon their bed, and when morning is like they practice it. So this is the iniquity that the banking family, the Rothschilds, Rockefeller, DuPont, the Goldman Sachs, they devise this iniquity on their bed, and when morning is like they're practicing it now. They go around the place, they have their council saying that Nicolas Maduro is an evil man, he's a dictator. But who's a dictator like you so-called white people? You tell a man how to run his home. Is that is not dictating? Yeah? You understand? You tell a man how to run his home. This is Psalms 55 and 21. The word of his mouth was smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. The word, he said, his word was softer than oil, yet were they drawn sword. You understand? And this exactly, as a matter of fact, let me read verse 20, Salakia. Right? Let me read verse 20. Isaiah 55 verse 20. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. The so-called Venezuelan offend and violate you so-called white people. They're not a threat to you. You understand? These people are at peace with you, and you put forth your hand against them. Right? This you devils. This is the hypocrisy of the so-called white man. He go around the place creating his own enemy and creating his own terrorists. You understand? Just a steal. Just a steal. Rape and rob and murder. Right? This is Isaiah 55 verse 20. He said, he had put forth his hands against such as being at peace with him. He had broken his covenant. The word of his mouth was smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn sword. Yeah, he said, but they care about the Venezuelan people. That's lies. They care about no Venezuelan people. They care about the resources. If Venezuela had no oil, they wouldn't give a fuck about Venezuela.
Other news lines that came out from the meeting, President Trump also used the briefing to slam President Nicolas Maduro for choking Venezuela's economy.
What's happening there is a disgrace. This was one of the wealthiest countries in the world, and all of a sudden it's it's grief-stricken, poverty-stricken, no food, no water, no air conditioning, no time last week, no power, and that's going to break down again because it's being held together by threads.
Well, while Washington claims Venezuela is completely impoverished, interesting to note, two filmmakers who spent a month shooting a documentary in Caracas say, actually, as they saw it, the situation's not as bad as being portrayed in Western media. They shared their findings with my colleague Colin Bray.
Caracas es una ciudad vibrante y llena de vida. Eneida y yo pasamos nuestros primeros 11 años allí. En Caracas, todo el mundo hace algo en la calle, desde jugar dominó o ajedrez, pasear, pintar un mural, hacer deporte, hacer yoga. Y en uno de sus bellos parques nos tocaron una canción.
Actually, when I arrived in Caracas, before actually I should sort of take a few steps back. Before I went to Venezuela, there were a lot of people I know in the journalist community that say, well, actually, Alan, maybe you should take a pass on going to Venezuela. You know, the crime rate is horrendous, the economic and social situation is appalling, and not to mention the political situation. And actually, when I arrived, I mean, life was still bustling in Caracas. I mean, people were still going to jobs. People were still continuing with their lives.
People are going to find it hard to believe if the UN say 3.4 million Venezuelans have fled the country. 3.4 million people don't leave a country.
Yeah, so there's the news, you know, the propaganda machine, you know, to justify the action to go in and take over. They use the media outlet to spread their lies, right? Well, let me go back to here what this devil was saying earlier, right?
Other news lines that came out from the meeting, President Trump also used the briefing to slam President Nicolas Maduro for choking Venezuela's economy.
What's happening there is...
So this devil slamming Maduro for choking Venezuela economy. When is you devils put sanction and embargo on Venezuela, you devil is who choking Venezuela. They show the hypocrisy of this white man. Right? Hear these devils, man.
Other news lines that came out for the meeting, President Trump also used the briefing to slam President Nicolas Maduro for choking Venezuela's economy.
What's happening there is a disgrace. This was one of the wealthiest countries in the world. And all of a sudden it's it's grief-stricken, poverty-stricken, no food, no water, no air conditioning, no time last week, no power. And that's going to break down again because it's being held together by threats.
Well, while Washington...
Yeah, you hear that? He said he's going to break down again. So, hey, Venezuela going to get another EMP attack from these devils. You understand? Psalm 73 verse 6, he said, therefore pride come to pass them as a chain, and these devils full of pride. You understand? They full of pride. You understand? He said, violence covered them as a garment, and violence. That's why they devise iniquity upon the bed, and they take houses, and they covetous field and house, and they take them by violence through the military. You understand? Right? He said, let me jump to verse, let me continue. Verse 7, he said, their eyes stand out with fatness, they have more than heart could wish, and these devils have the fatness of the earth. Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Right? Verse 8, they are corrupt. The so-called white men are corrupt. They are a corrupt nation. They are a corrupt race. You understand? They are corrupt. They're not right. The Most High said the spirit in him is not upright. They are a proud people. They are the devil that the Bible speak of. Right? Psalm 73 verse 8, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. You understand? So you speaking wickedly concerning oppression. You oppressing a man, and you saying that Maduro choking his own people, choking his country, choking the economy. When it's you devils who choking them with your sanction, frozen their account, refusing to refusing for allow Maduro to repatriate his gold from the UK. There's the hypocrisy of the so-called white man. You understand? The scripture says he's a proud man, need to keep it at home. Let me get that. We can close off with that. Right? We can close off with that. You understand? You devils gonna pay for every single thing that you do. Every single thing you devils gonna pay for. Because you devils proud. Right? This is Salakia. This is Habakkuk. Right? And close off with this here. Right? The devil's going to pay for every single thing. This is Habakkuk chapter 2. Let me start from verse 4. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 4. It said, behold, his soul which is lift up is not upright in him. So the so-called white man are right. He corrupt. Right? He said, but the just shall live by his faith, and the just is the Israelite, the elect. That 2/3 of people ain't got no faith. Right? Verse 5, he said, yea, also because he transgressed by wine. What's the wine? His philosophy, democracy. Right? There's the wine, democracy. He is a proud man, need to keep it at home. He is a proud man, need to keep it at home. Who enlarge his desire as hell. So this man's desire is as hell and is as death. So hell is the grave, which go back to the word Shahol, which is the grave. The grave never satisfied, the grave never full. You could bury everybody in the face of the earth and the grave is not going to fall. So the so-called white man desire is as hell and is as death. So he never satisfied. He have more than the heart could wish. He never satisfied. He have the fatness of the earth. He's still not satisfied. Right? And everywhere he go is death and destruction. Everything that he put the hand on, he destroy it. The Most High give the earth in the hand of the wicked, and they destroy the earth. That's why the Most High says in Revelation 11 and 18, he's going to destroy them that destroy the earth. And Yahweh Hashem Yahushua going to destroy you so-called white people. Right? Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 5, he said, yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he's a proud man, need to keep it at home, who enlarges desires hell and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heap it unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe, destruction to you so-called white people, woe to him that increased that which is not his, how long? And to him that laden himself in thick clay. And this go back to debt. Right? That's why America is in debt right now, over $23 trillion in debt. Right? He says, shall they not rise up suddenly suddenly, Salaki, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be a spoil and booty unto them, and America can be destroyed. Right? Verse 8, he said, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city, and of all that dwell therein. You understand? Verse 9, woe to him that covet an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may deliver from the power of evil. So the Most High said, woe. So you people, you devils gonna be destroyed. Right? As I quote this one, I'm gonna bring it out one time and close after this lesson. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 8. He said, because of unrighteous dealing, which is the so-called white man, his dealing is unrighteous, injury and riches got by deceit. And that's how we get the riches, by deceit and injury, because he go around the place destroying these people heritage and going in and stealing resources, because he set up these terrorists in these people land and claiming that he going to fight for the safety of the American people. Hey, you so-called Babylonian, you American people, you the dumbest of the people on the face of the planet, right? But you people gonna get wake or rooting in, right? He said, Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 verse 8, he said, because of unrighteous dealing, injury and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. You understand? This is what the Most High gonna do. The Most High can translate the kingdom unto Jacob. This is why he said Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. So you so-called white people gonna be you're gonna be taken out of your post. The Most High gonna destroy you devils, right? So this is just a quick lesson, you know. I was reading this article and the Spirit come on me to do this lesson, you know. Hey, so I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who rule with a great millstone, and a blessed salutation to the Akiums and the folk on the earth to push in the gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom.